Hello, my friends. Bonjour. Bonjour, bonjour. Merci. Merci, bonjour. Bonjour, merci. What else was there? There Eiffel Tower. I thought I learned something else, but I forgot. Hello, my friends. DiffeRant Jeff here for a little live stream from the car. I'm back. I took a trip. I got back late last night with my family. We went to see the in-laws in Paris, France. And I want to talk to you guys about the trip. I want to catch up, touch base on what's coming up for the channel. See how you guys are doing. Oh, I feel like a piece of my tooth just fell out. What the hell is that? That's so weird. That is something really hard. Let's hope that was like a piece of like a nut that I ate before. Little piece. You won't be able to see it. I wasn't chewing anything recently, and I recently brushed my teeth, so it wouldn't have been like a food show. See, you tune into DiffeRant Jeff's live streams, you get all sorts of stuff. You get French vocab, you get possible broken teeth. I don't know what the hell that is. That's actually very strange. That really feels like a piece of tooth. Come on, man. Just try and eat it. It's not a nut. I'm overdue for a checkup. We talk about dentists really quick. Okay, let's do a quick aside about dentists. I take pretty good care of my teeth. I used to take bad care of my teeth when I was younger. I used to, like, as you guys know, if you know me, I used to party a lot. I used to do a lot of like weird, like smoking pot and stuff back in the day. And I would drink like multiple sodas. I had this routine when I would be in like my earlier years working on Broadway. I would come home from the show. So you get back to your apartment at like 11:30, 11:45. I would smoke and I would get 2 sodas, 2 full bottles of Coca-Cola, not cans, not the big ones, but like, 16 ounce or whatever they are, the regular bottles. I'll get like 2 Snickers, bag of Skittles, eat like a bacon, egg, and cheese from like the 24-hour donut place. And I used to do that kind of stuff like every night, stay up till 3:30 every night. And so I definitely had to pay. I paid for that back in the day. My teeth were needed some work, but they should be fine now. But I do have something that needs to be dealt with. I have an old filling that they want to turn into a crown. So what I want to talk about dentistry, this has nothing to do with what I want to talk about today, but since potentially a small piece of tooth just broke off, every dentist just wants to crown every tooth. Even if it's like, I'm like, can you just fill it? Can you just drill it and fill it, please? Put some freaking glue, put some Elmer's glue in there. A little, I'm going to go to Home Depot and get some ready-made concrete and stick it in my tooth hole. It's better than, I don't like crowns. But I digress. I don't know. I don't feel any sharpness. But if you're tuning in, I may have just a little piece of tooth come out. Looks kind of like tooth color. Sorry, you can't really see it. It's pretty small. I don't know if you can see that. See that little thing there? It doesn't really look like white, but I guess it sort of matches my like nasty teeth. Anyways, I'm back from my trip to Paris, and I went for just one quick week, and it was all designed to see the in-laws. My wife's family lives there, and they run a small bakery, and they desperately wanted to see my wife and my little guy. And I was very resistant at first, and I didn't really feel like I wanted to go. I don't like to travel that much, and money is tight right now. And it was just kind of like, I don't know, we shouldn't do it, but we just had to do it. It's important. We haven't ever gone. I've never gone. And so we just did it. And I'll tell you, I didn't think I was going to like it. I didn't really want to. I was like, I never really wanted to go to Paris, but I loved it. I freaking loved it. It was awesome. I really liked Paris. It was, we didn't go into a lot of places. Like we went around everything. We walked a ton and spent some time with the family. But I just wanted to tell you guys I really loved it. And I wanted to pull this live stream today and see if anybody wanted to join the conversation. See if anybody else has been, what you thought about it. Oh, but it's just me. It's just me for now. But if you watch this video later, I know it's a little bit, I didn't give you guys a ton of notice. So if you watch this video later, post in the comments your feelings about Paris. We stayed in, I think it was like the Montparnasse area, or the Six. I think it's called the Six, but it was a nice little neighborhood. Beautiful, the buildings. Anyway, which brings me to, I decided I did not edit a video for 1 week. That's the first time since I started my channel 5+ years ago that I did not edit. I did not edit. I had pre-posted all that stuff that posted this week, those little shorts and my video on Sunday. That was all pre-posted before I went away. I kind of feel a little sharp spot over there, I guess. Anyway, doesn't hurt, so that's good. And I was like, I'm not going to do any work. I'm not going to do any work while I'm there. I'm just going to enjoy. And of course, the second I got there, even before I got there, when we were in JFK getting ready to leave, I started thinking like, I want to make like a slideshow or a mini like travel documentary about my trip. And so of course I had my camera out, my phone. I just used my phone. I didn't bring a fancy camera, and I took little short videos of everything. And I was like, that was my whole mentality for the trip. Was like, I need to find the most beautiful picture, capture the most interesting angle that I can. I'm not some expert really, or maybe I am, I don't know. But I was trying to, so I should be editing together and posting a Paris travel doc. There won't really be much substance to it. It's just like all the sites. And I'm going to compose a little music, and I'm going to share that. Hopefully maybe in a week or so. I'm not going to rush it, but I took a lot of video, and I'll just tell you guys, if you haven't been, get ready to watch my video about Paris soon, and you're going to see how beautiful it is over there. You know, everybody knows Paris is beautiful, but it was like every single street was amazing, unbelievable. Every street corner, every cafe. It's super cliche, but now I am like a part of that cliche. We went to a different little cafe every day and got like a little espresso, a little croissant, whatever, some crepes, ate a bunch of crepes, and we saw some cool stuff. We went to the Louvre, but we didn't go in, but we went outside the Louvre and to Notre Dame. We walked outside that, and we saw the River Seine and a couple other things I can't remember right now. It was a really awesome week, really awesome. My little guy had a great time. My wife was happy. The in-laws were happy. It was great to see everybody. And yeah, that's it. So I just wanted to touch base on that. The channel is in a very interesting limbo right now. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm not going to blame myself. I know you guys would support me, so it's just weird. I've talked about this before, but when the channel was really firing great, like last fall into last winter, with the new season of Sister Wives last year, the channel was exploding. Like I was getting, let's talk about watch hours. Okay, so watch hours, you need 4,000 watch hours a year to be a monetized channel. And I became a monetized channel, I think it was September, October last year. It was like a life goal of mine to do that. I worked so hard for the first 4+ years on my channel, and I was gaining nothing. And then once I started doing the Sister Wives videos, the channel started to grow exponentially. And it's been awesome. And I'm so thankful that whoever suggested, I know one of my supporters suggested it. Blues S. Michelle P. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but one of my friends from the Oak Island chat said, you should try Sister Wives. And I was like, I don't know, why would I do that? And I looked at it and I was like, okay, let's do it. And now here we are. I've made over 200 Sister Wives videos. My channel has over 1,000 videos, probably getting close to almost 1,100 videos at this point. I'm a nut. I'm a total freak posting so many videos. But the channel was basically the long and short of it is, probably this is the long of it because I can't talk very short, but the long of it is I needed to maintain like 334 hours a month or something like that of watch time, 300+ hours a month watch time to stay monetized. And that's what you need to have the 4,000 hours. And I'll tell you straight up, right now, my channel has 209 watch hours for the last 28-day period. That's by far the lowest I've had in over a year, and probably, I don't know, maybe in like a year and a half. And I've been posting a lot, and I've been posting Sister Wives content still, and even trying some new things. I did a couple Real Housewives of New Jersey, and so it's just strange. I think my product is getting better, so it's not like, I don't think my videos are getting worse. I understand that the new season will start at the end of this month. The new season of Sister Wives is coming back, and I know that's going to be a huge boost. And I'm also planning on doing the Special Forces, the Ultimate Test show, some part of it. I'm going to do Cody on there and maybe Teresa from Real Housewives of New Jersey and whoever else stands out to me. Post in the comments if you know of people who are going to be on the Special Forces show. Lainey, shout out again to you. She's the one who first mentioned that I should do that show. I've had a couple people mention it, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it the best I can. I know there's a new season of With Love Megan on Netflix, and I've talked about that a bit. I did the first season, every episode except for the last, and I hate being incomplete. I did some incomplete things this year. I didn't finish the Poly Family, which there was only, I think, 3 more episodes. It was a half season. It wasn't like a full season. I don't know. I was doing too much, so I stopped doing that. And then I was going to do the Octomom thing, and then I quit that because it was just not doing very well, and it was taking a lot of effort. That was back when I was working in the off-Broadway show in the city too, so I didn't have as much time. Yeah, I think I broke my tooth over here. This is actually lower left. It's like a tooth that has an old filling that was very deep, and they kept telling me it's gonna break if you don't get a crown. And I was like, well, I don't want to get a crown, so I think it broke. So what? It doesn't hurt. That's all that matters. But I'm not gonna go to the dentist. Anyways, I've been all around with the channel, but here we are. We're going into the fall. The good news for the watch time is when my channel was doing really, really well, I was gaining like more than 1,000 watch hours per month. So I'm still safe. I'm not going to lose my watch time, my monetization quite yet, as long as the channel starts to go up again in the next month or 2 or 3. But if we stay down at this level, I'm going to be freaking really sad to lose my monetization, because my dream was to get monetized and then for the channel to grow and for it to be like actually something I could really support my family with. Now, right now, I've talked about this. I'm not going to go into it too much, and I'm not going to talk about the numbers today, but right now it's not earning me enough to support my family at all. It kind of helps with maybe 1 bag of groceries a month. And then so zooming out to the wider picture, I have some loyal people on Patreon, and I have some channel members. The channel members all gets funneled into the earnings on the channel. So I have 10 channel members right now. Thank you guys so much for being members. And YouTube takes a huge percentage of everything. So I have my channel memberships, and I have the ad revenue from YouTube, which is terribly small. If I make 1,000 views on a video, it gets like a couple bucks. And then I have my Patreon, which is helping as well. And then I do have a buy me a coffee page that has been nice. When I released The Fifth Wife, my Sister Wives feature film parody in the spring, that was when the channel like peaked, and then it just kind of like dropped after that. Even with some of the new episodes, because there was some new ones after that. It just, oh no, actually there wasn't. That was the end of the new season. Anyway, the new season is starting soon, so I'll be doing the new Sister Wives season. I'm going to continue with the old Sister Wives episodes, although when I was in France, I was very inspired. So I'm an artist all across the board. I paint, I sing, I act, I write, I play golf, and I think it's art. Like I just believe that I'm an artist in every way. And when I was in Paris, we walked through this one little street fair thing where people were selling their paintings. It was a small one too. It's just like a half a block. And I'm used to being in New York, where you go through those things and they're all prints of other famous people's art. You rarely see, at least where I had been, rarely see people's original art. And we were walking slowly, and I was like, wow, these things are cool. And I think it was people's original art. And there were just these old people, and then they were huddled around the table sharing wine, having cigarettes and stuff. And again, lots of cliches, but it was really that like pure artist thing. And I was like, I want to draw, I want to paint, I want to go get a watercolor notepad and do some watercolors. I want to do this, I want to do that. And then I have this like realization that to be a great artist, you must be fully immersed and in your art and do infinite repetition or infinite reps of your craft. And like these painters probably paint multiple things every single day for 40, 50 years. And I realized that I am so immersed in my art. I truly am immersed in my craft. But of what is that craft right now? It is absurdist comedy parody of TV reality shows, and more specifically the Sister Wives. And so I'm not going to stop doing that, but it just made me realize like I need to find a way to saturate myself in other parts of my art too. And it just sucks. I have so many paintings in my house, and I have nothing to do with them. They're too big to ship. Even if you said, "Hey, Jeff, I want that painting." And I said, "I love you, but I can't ship it because it's enormous." It wouldn't even be possible. I have some smaller paintings. I had a P.O. box last year. I sold a couple paintings to some of you, but even just having the P.O. box was like an expense. And at the end of the month of having the P.O. box, I just let it go. I recently it, that's another thing, but I feel like I should be doing more singing and more painting. And all I really focus my energy and time on are these sisterized videos because that takes a lot of time. I work every single day on my channel, guys. I work every day, multiple times a day. I don't just work an hour. I'll wake up, I'll breakfast with the family, and I'll go upstairs and I'll do some editing, or sometimes I'll do my filming in the morning, and then I'll be like missing my boy. I'm so lucky I get to spend every day with my boy and my wife, like at this moment in time, and it's a sacrifice that I make to not be that I could be out in the workforce, giving up my art and working for more money, and then that would give us more security, but that would mean I wouldn't be with my family and I wouldn't be doing what I truly love. So I think I'm staying the path right now. I'm going to do what I do, but then I'll spend some time with my family, and then now my little guy should be napping, hopefully. Although Paris kind of screwed up his nap schedule, boy. But during this break, I'll be doing some drawings right now because now, you know what? There's the rub. I am working on my art as well. Thanks for being with me on this, guys. I made a children's book, as you know. I made my children's book, Slippo the Hippo, and I've sold about 32 copies, thanks to some of you and to some of my family and to some of my old high school Facebook friends. I don't know if I've sold any copies to people who didn't personally know me, or, I consider the people on my channel to be like an extension of my friends at this point, because the guys, you all have been so kind and supportive, and I know that I feel like we know each other. We know each other a good amount, how as much as we can through many, many, many comments back and forth and stuff. But so I don't consider you all to be like a regular customer. I consider you more to be people who are invested in me because you care. And so that's amazing. Without you, I would have sold none, mostly. But I'm very curious if I sold any outside of my support system. We went to Paris. I didn't check. I tried to respond to every comment when I was in Paris. I actually paid to get the international plan on my phone because I wanted to be able to check in on my videos and and be able to open up Google Maps so I didn't get lost and stuff. So I just did it. The way I use my money is questionable at times, but I'm glad I did it. And so I was able to respond to almost every comment, I think. A couple of them took me a little bit longer, but I still got back to everybody. And where was I going with that? Anyway, I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, so I am working on my art. That's not really fair. I'm kind of like saying all I do is make comedy, but I've been doing these drawings for my Slippo the Hippo, and I'm halfway through Slippo the Hippo Part 2. I don't know what I'm going to call Slippo the Hippo Part 2 because it's not really a Part 2. I almost wish I could start again because my first Slippo the Hippo that I made, which is, if you don't know, if you're watching this and you're not aware, I made a children's book called Slippo the Hippo for my son, who's 2 years old, and I'm a painter. I'm an illustrator. I can't do realism. I'm not like, I can't paint with oil paint necessarily, but I paint crazy abstract and cartoonish and colorful style. And I made this book for my little guy. And so it was an experiment. I would rate my first book a 6.5 out of 10, mostly because I think I could have made a more interesting story. And I don't know. I think it was good. My heart was in it. I worked really hard on it. But the second one, it's a new beginning. It's like now the second one this is the real one. I feel that's what my process. This is the real one. I don't know what to call it. I wish I could call the second one Slippo the Hippo, and I wish I called the first one Slippo the Hippo, the tests or something stupid like that. But the new one is going to be done in rhyme, so it'll have a more poetic flow, and it has more characters and a little bit more of like a story to it. And I'm not going to include in the first version. I include my little guy in there, so it was sort of like you could see an illustrated version of my guy. I wanted him to be a part of the story, so when I read it to him every night, he would feel like, oh, and the fight. He doesn't even get that pumped up about the little guy part. He just loves Slippo, and he loves Louis the elephant. Louis, he's always like, come here, Louis, come here, Louis. He's best, absolute best. Man, my little guy did so great on this trip. He is the best. We had a 7.5-hour flight coming home yesterday with poor sleep because we didn't sleep great over there. And he just stayed awake the whole time. He was just playing. My wife was entertaining him. She's brilliant. And he didn't even really sleep. The other babies were crying. He kept being like, baby crying, baby crying. You know, like, it was like, he was like, oh, I feel for that kid. But it wasn't him. He was so amazing. So anyways, digress. I'm working on my second Slippo the Hippo book, and it's halfway done, and it's really, really clean. I'm loving it. I'm very proud of what it's becoming. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. You sell 25, 30 copies of something, I earn 250 per copy. Okay, so I'm making I spent $60 to copyright the thing. So I have just about now broken even on the copyright. I mean, I didn't expect I was gonna get rich off of one book. I plan to make 5 books this year before the end of the year for Slippo, and just hope and pray that it picks up. So I don't know where I was going with all this. I see I got one soul watching me right now. Thank you so much for being with me. And for everyone who watches later, thank you guys so much for continuing to support me on this journey. I'm going to continue because I said that I'm going to parody every single episode of The Sister Wives from start to finish. And as you all know, I just started season 8 parodies, and I have one in the can right now. As they say, I filmed it before vacation, so I have one to edit to put that I'll post for my Sister Wives Sundays on Sunday at 2. So I got to work on that. But I just feel a little like, I just hope that the new season brings some life. That's all I could say, because I don't want my, if I could be performing as Hamlet in a small theater, I'd be like, oh, I'm really enriching my acting skills, but instead I'm focusing on my Cody. I need to perfect my Cody wig to get the most followers possible. As probably some of you have seen, I've made an adjustment to my Cody wig recently. I tried laying a piece of silicone right along here, which I cut off of the bald cap. That it was my old bald cap that became kind of like ripped. So I'm trying to emulate his really studly and famous hairstyle that no one has ever quite pulled off like him. Of like, he's got like the long bangs and then the bald strip and then the hair. Hey, if I ever lose my hair, maybe I'll go down like Cody. I don't know. It's probably not easy, and you don't know until you go through it. But his style is interesting. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much most of what I was going to talk about today. So regarding Cameo, I have a Cameo page. As I've done maybe 5 or 6 cameos, and they're a great way for you guys to help support me. If you want to, I could do a video for you as Cody. I can even just say happy birthday as myself, or I can, if you need advice, I need a pep talk, you want to hear me sing a song, you can request a song. I can do almost anything, that I can for you guys for a cameo. And I just put up a discount, 25% discount for the next week, just in case anybody wants to get a cameo. I posted the link in the community section this morning. And as always, if you could become a Patreon member or a channel member, it helps a lot. And if you need to stop becoming a channel member or a Patreon member, I totally will understand as well. So I just want to say for the millionth time that even if you're not a member, even if you're not a Patreon, even if you haven't given me a buy me a coffee tip or done something financial, if you're watching the videos, commenting and liking, that means the world to me, and I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. I've got 3,204 subscribers now, I think, which is awesome. Beautiful. I hope to grow tenfold. I hope to, I couldn't sleep on vacation. I was laying there in the little hotel room, tiniest hotel room you can imagine, but it was still great. Yesterday morning, when I was getting ready to leave, packing up the room, there was a dude out on the street playing trumpet, and it was echoing. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. It really, really was beautiful. I thought that, I'll talk more about it in my little mini documentary I'm going to make, but I thought that, the people were not going to be friendly over there, and they were friendly. And I really had a good time over there. So I'm pleased to have a new perspective on Paris. That's pretty much it though. So what else? Oh, I have a potential cool opportunity coming up that I may be joining a singing group for some sporadic concerts. It's not 100% yet, but they're called Under the Street Lamp. Look them up if you're curious. I'm not in the group yet, but I may be doing some concerts, maybe in like North Dakota and Minnesota in November. Just 3 concerts with this group. They're kind of like a male singing group. They do harmonies and sing Beach Boys and stuff. So it's potentially could be cool. I'll let you guys know more, and if anybody's in that area, you can come check it out. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Thanks for tuning in, whether it's now or later. I really appreciate everybody. And as always, if you have a spare minute, watch a couple videos. The channel is like limping right now, but I have faith. I try to keep my faith. And yeah, it was a great trip. I feel really good from the trip. And I just need to be focused on what's gonna work. I feel like I was laying in bed. I started to say this. I was laying in bed in Paris, couldn't sleep, and I was like, I need to attract 10,000 more fans somehow. My channel needs a huge growth cycle. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do differently. I tested out some of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I had a few positive responses. It didn't seem to like. I just don't know. I just don't know, guys. It's tough. It's very tough. It's tough. Anyway, I think I broke my tooth. So this little nugget, little tooth nugget. You can't see it. I'm going to go and I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm going to call a dentist. But I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for being DiffeRant Jeff supporters. Check out the merch shop. I have a brand new merch shop, and I've yet to sell anything on there, but there's some nice stuff. I have some new things. I ditched the old merch shop because they're freaking garbage, and I'm still very mad at the other merch shop because it took months and months to ship things to people, and certain things shipped really fast, and other things, in fact, I have one outstanding order, the last thing that was sold on that shop, and it still hasn't arrived for my awesome customer, and I feel really bad. And the customer service is awful. Like, they don't respond. They don't respond. They don't give you a phone number. There's no way to say, can I speak to a manager? There's no way to say, hey, I'm really important. You better listen to me. They don't even care. They think that I'm a customer. I'm like, this is my shop, and I'm trying to tell you guys that you're running and they just don't. It just sucks. It's been like 4 months or something, or 3 months since something was ordered. Very disappointing. So anyway, but my new shop is on a way better platform called Fourth Wall, and I really like it. I purchased a couple Slippo the Hippo things for myself. I made some Slippo the Hippo merch, and I bought a little t-shirt for my boy, Slippo the Hippo shirt, and I bought myself a Slippo mug. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Onward we ride into September and beyond. It is my dream, my plan, my intention to keep this channel active until I die when I'm 123 years old. I love the channel. I love the process of having this channel. Even if it's flat, even if it goes backwards, which it does sometimes, I'm still going to try to keep doing it. I'm going to make it my job to post every episode of the Sister Wives, even the old ones, because I become obsessed. I'm like a pit bull with something. Like I said I was going to do it, I'm not going to stop. Although there's some holes in that. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thanks again for being supporters. New video coming out on Sunday, Sister Wives Sundays at 2 p.m. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a great one. Catch you later.